Welcome back. It's time to see how Peter Lee did on the Biz Wheel. Mike.
Peter Lee, on the marketing side, I've scored you an orange. You're doing so many of the things. You just need to target them specifically to the different markets. And on the sales side, once again, you are tracking your sales, you are watching what's happening, just a little bit of improvement, and you're on your way.
Okay, Thane.
When I walked into your business, Peter Lee, I felt, pardon the pun, your passion for your product. And I also felt your desire to improve its distribution. But you need to create a plan or a pattern to pursue the profits. So I'm going to give you on the financial side, because you don't have that plan at this point, I'm going to give you a red. Administratively wonderful. You're using the internet, you're using computers, you've even got an accountant with up-to-date annual financial statements. So an orange for you there. To move to green, I'd like you to have standardized templates and use more processes that save you time.
Okay, so Peter Lee, how do you feel about those results?
Fair enough.
Okay.
So I know where my strengths and weaknesses lie.
Okay. Let's see how we can turn those reds and oranges into a shade of green, shall we? Okay, so Mike, what's the single biggest challenge for Peter Lee?
Peter Lee's single biggest challenge is to grow awareness of a product and to grow a demand around it. You have other people selling the product for you. You're the one who has to create the demand. And one of them is to leverage on this beautiful design that you've got. They're handcrafted, they're unique, they're one of a kind. Develop a story around them. Label each one with a number or even a name. Possibly the last person that put the last stitch gets to name the product and create something very unique. Have you got one of your products here for us to have a look at?
Do you? This is one of the bed throws.
Oh, wow. How long did that take?
Altogether, this is about 50 hours.
No way.
50 hours of work. It deserves to have a name. It deserves to have a number. It's a unique piece of work. And I would use that to grow awareness around the product.
Art. We could call it art.
It's art.
It really is.
It's unquestionably art.
Can I call it an investment?
Yeah, that's good too.
Peter Lee, there's so many channels that you should be using. Your website, it does require a revamp at the moment. A lot more pictures, a lot more graphic information of where people can get it. Start working on that. I know at the moment that you're using newsletters, but you're sending out one generic newsletter on a kind of ad hoc basis. Channel each one of them. To those guest houses and hotels, a particular newsletter goes to them. To the retailers, they need different information from you, a different newsletter. To the public, a different newsletter as well. You could use trade shows. Get to showcase your items, show them to people. And another thing, how about doing some workshops? Invite people in to try doing felting themselves. They'll then understand how intricate your product is, how much work and how much care goes into it. All those things, all those different channels. And then one of the things I was thinking about, a product like this should be seen internationally. And how do you do that? Through a really good website, showcasing yourself internationally to the world. Peter Lee, nowadays, small business owners know they need to have a website. Most already have one. The trick is to get it right. How do you do that? First of all, you start off with a really catchy headline, something that keeps them there and keeps them interested. Under the catchy headline, you write out a second headline, kind of a secondary introduction to the text. In the text, that's where all the key words are going to be. All the things you want the search engine to find will be there in the text. Then, very important that you put on a testimonial. Tell people, this is what people think of my product. Here's a picture of a happy customer using one of my throws. Then a call to action, something that says to them, do it now. Click here, a big button, nothing that they have to find. You make sure that's on there. And then, of course, they're your links. You need to make sure that your links are correct. Now, there's a norm. It starts off with home, about us, and always on the right, the contact. Don't change that around. People are used to it. And then your images, a really good, crisp image, high quality. And then finally, the more info section where people who want deeper insight into your company, they can find it there. Follow these 9 simple steps. Your website will stand out both locally and internationally.
Now, perception in our world is reality, Peter Lee, and unfortunately, if you're going to move to the international world, they don't know about close corporations and they don't really regard sole proprietors as being serious business owners. So I'd like to suggest that you create a company. Now, I know we start sole proprietors because it's easy, it's cost efficient, but there's no protection for your personal assets from business liabilities with the sole proprietorship. And in fact, when you pass away, you can't leave a legacy because your business actually dies with you. So the company would give you that perpetuity, would give you the protection that your private assets need from business. I honestly believe, Peter Lee, your creation of a company will inspire you to move your business to the next level. But it's not only about the structure of the company. You need to have a plan, a pattern that is designed to pursue those profits I was talking about. There are 5 issues that I need you to take into account. Number 1, your plan must be specific, must be measurable, must be attainable, must be relevant, and must be timed to a specific deadline so that you can achieve those goals.
And Mike, shouldn't social media be a big part of a business and marketing plan for this business?
Absolutely, and the couple I'd like to concentrate on. The first one is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is like having your personal and your business profile out there on a CV, internationally, on the desk of everyone. Everyone out there will be looking at it. So I want you to go into LinkedIn, register a profile, and start updating it. Now, there are a lot of newfangled things happening in social media at the moment, and one of them is something called Pinterest. It's the most remarkable thing. It's exploded on the scene. Women love it. It's perfect for your target market. It's like pinning your interests onto a big board. Pictures, photographs, anything you've got, little hints and tips that you can put on around felting, set up your Pinterest profile and do it through there. Remember that awareness, that brand, that product awareness I spoke about? That's what Pinterest will give you. It'll put your product out there for the whole world to see it.
So Peter Lee, how are you feeling after all this advice?
Inspired?
Inspired.
No, it's great advice, and I'm fully aware that I need to do it in order to move forward.
Tonight's question comes from Jordan Ridge, who works for Made by Mosaic, a division of a non-profit organization, Mosaic, which takes care of orphans in South Africa. Jordan asks, how can a job creation project focused on handmade, knitted and crocheted products differentiate itself from others in South Africa? Mike?
Andile, a lot of business owners confuse better with different. Being faster, cheaper, smarter, better, that's not different. Different is doing the things that make you feel a little uncomfortable, that take you out of your comfort zone, put you out there and changes your product. In Jordan's case, take the product, develop a story around it, develop some interaction with the customers. That's what it's all about.
When we come back, we'll meet South Africa's sales guru.